Hi, my name is Brian. Welcome to my 28 Days Later music production course, where I will teach you everything you need to know to become a music producer, from creating entire songs to developing your own brand and creating a business plan. On the last video, I showed you how to create your own melody using the music theory that we have learned so far, and today I want to teach you how to create your own drums. If you're new to these videos, please make sure to check out the other videos in this course so we can be on the same page, and subscribe to my channel and also follow my Instagram for more content like this. Okay, the first thing that we need to do is create a new MIDI track. I'm gonna open the browser and I'm gonna look in the categories and drums, and I'm just gonna add a drum rack. You have different drum kits in here that you can use, but I'm gonna create my own kit with the samples that we downloaded from the Cymatics website. So let's go ahead and add an empty drum rack here. On each slot, you will be able to load one sample. Let's go to our sample library and let's select the folder drum one shots. So the difference between a one-shot and a loop sample is that the loops are usually small pieces of music. One-shot, it's literally that, just one shot. Okay, so once we open the one-shot folder, we're gonna see that we have different kinds of one-shots. This is for each element of the percussion. Okay, let's go to the kick and let's select the kick on A. Percussion doesn't have a key per se, but the kick has some low frequencies that need to be tuned to the key of the song. You can use it out of key and it's not that big of a deal, but when the bass line and the kick are in the same key, then you're gonna have much better results. The next thing I wanna do is maybe add one of each here. Let's go to the snare. Let's go to chop snare. Okay, I kind of like that one better. Let's add one more just so we can have some options here. I like that one. Let's move to the rim shot snare. The rim shot snare is gonna add extra body to the snare. Okay, let's go with this one here. When selecting sounds, don't go crazy trying to find the perfect sound. There's no such thing as the perfect sound. A sound is good or bad depending on the whole context. Okay, let's go to cymbals. Okay, let's go to cymbals and let's add a close hi-hat. I like this one. And let's add one of this here. Let's go to the open hi-hats. Let's select this one here. Okay, so now we have the different sounds in here. If you want to preview which sound is each note, then you can select this little headphone icon and make sure that it looks blue. Once you do that, you click on the different notes and it will show you what sound belongs to that note. And next step is just to draw our rhythm. But first, let's just turn off the drum track. Let's see how that works. Okay, so this is way too fast. Let's delete some of these notes. Okay, now the problem that we have here is that the size of this clip is way too small. That's why it keeps repeating over and over again really quick. So to make a clip longer, we have two options. We can go to the right upper right corner and we can just drag this as much as we want. To make this much faster, just go to the left side on the menu for the clip and let's duplicate this. Now instantly you have one that is twice as long. Okay, the next thing I want to do is just select everything and you can do Command or Control D and then it duplicates. Next thing, I just want to do some small variations here. Right now our grids are set to 16th notes. let's try moving this one here. Let's add one more here. Okay, this one feels out of place, so I'm just gonna move it around and see where it fits. And let's add one more here. Okay, now it's starting to sound much better. Okay, so now we have to draw our snare, and the snares are usually much easier because they most likely will fall in the second and the fourth beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the next thing I want to do here is add syncopation to our rhythm with our second snare. I feel like our second snare actually has much more energy than our main snare, so we are going to swap places. When you click on the note, it's gonna select every single note in that line. So let's just move it here, and we're gonna move this to the main snare, and now we're gonna move this to the syncopation snare. That sounds much better. Okay, so the next thing is the hi-hats, and for this I think I'm just gonna create a continuous hi-hat rhythm. You can just double click on each one. A faster way of doing that, press the B key on your keyboard, and now it will show you this pencil. It will allow you to just draw the notes. Now the problem I have here is that the hi-hat is too loud. We are gonna change the velocity of these notes. You're gonna select all the notes by clicking on the piano roll, and then we are just gonna drag it down, okay? All the other notes have also their own velocities. Okay, I kind of like that. Okay, now the next thing I want to do here is just make sure that the new drums that we created actually sound related to what we had before. I want to duplicate this whole row. I'm gonna click here and I'm gonna select duplicate. Let's delete the drum loop and let's delete our drums in the second scene. So definitely I like much better the drum loop than the drums that we just created. It just sounds more interesting, but the drum that we created sounds faster. That's because of the hi-hats. So maybe let's create a copy of this clip. Let's go duplicate. Okay. And for this one, I'm gonna delete all the hi-hats, and for this one I'm gonna delete everything but the hi-hats. I want the hi-hats to play at the same time with the other drum loop, okay? Now it feels like there's a progression between both drums. Now I have the problem that the first drums sound kind of bare bones. I do like the pattern of the kick and the snare, but I feel like we need at least some hi-hats. What I want to do here is I want to copy the same pattern that we have in the hi-hats in our drum loop for our own drums. Okay, so the first hi-hat that I noticed is instead of being that is the 8 notes rhythm, it's that is a quarter rhythm. So we're gonna change here to 1/4. Let's change the velocity a little bit in here. That sounds much better. Let's listen again to our drum loop. Okay, the thing that you probably noticed there is the sound for a moment sounds really fast. So let's create those notes. Select the triplet rhythm. Now let's select on 16ths. I think that works. That will be one way to approach creating similar drums to what we had before. A much faster way of doing this is by simply select the clip and we are going to convert the drums to new MIDI track. Okay, what it does is that it will analyze the patterns in the different sounds and it will transform that into MIDI information. So I just really want to copy some of the hi-hats. So I'm gonna go ahead and Command C this and let's go to our clip and let's paste this here. Let's mute this for now. By the way, if you want to mute something, whether it's a clip or a note or whatever, just select it and you press 0. To unmute, you press 0 again. You can tell it's muted because you see how it changed the color. Okay, so let's move this out of the way and let's move this pattern to our main hi-hats. You see how the velocity of our hi-hats is all over the place. Let's just go ahead and match everything. Okay, let's compare both now. Let's unmute our clip and let's play the scenes. Okay, so at this point, we are pretty much ready to start arranging the song. That will be all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy it. If you did, please subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram for more content like this. Remember, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask me in the comments or send me a DM and I'll see you in the next one.